Hey, Stephen.
Hey Randy, how's it going?
Everything's going good. I just wanted to ask you some questions so we could get to know you.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time, you and SGA, to just to talk a bit and get to know me a little bit more.
No problem. No problem. So, what's your background prior to joining the University of Baltimore?
So my educational background is in psychology and social work. And most of my early work was focused on homelessness. So first individually working with people who are experiencing homelessness, and then eventually working on like a system sort of citywide level. And the majority of my career was spent in DC. Prior to coming to the university, I was working with the Office of the Ombudsman for Public Education. Again, this was in DC, and that was working really with uh, DC students, DC parents, a lot of work with parents, and DC service providers and educators. And that was focused mainly on resolving any sort of issues or concerns that folks have with the public education system in DC.
Okay. Okay. So, in what ways are you available to serve the students?
Well, I've spent really the majority of my career helping folks navigate like the service systems that surround us. So, for instance, in DC, that looked like helping folks apply for Social Security or helping them manage their Medicare or Medicaid. But I think at the university, this has looked more like helping people find COVID tests, helping people find free COVID tests, assisting with planning around getting a vaccine or requesting an exemption, and really mainly working with students to just understand how the university and what they're doing around COVID-19 is going to impact them and their pursuit of education, really. So helping them plan.
Okay. So, outside of the COVID-19 compliance, what are your other roles?
So, yeah, most of my time is spent with the compliance piece, but I would say another large aspect of my work here at the university is the public education piece. And so one thing that we've been doing to help educate the university community is to host town halls. We've hosted a few of them in the fall, and we're going to host some during spring. We have someone from the Baltimore City Health Department who comes, and we usually feature folks from the university as well, so they can discuss what's happening for students, what's happening for staff, what's happening for faculty, and then Baltimore City Health Department can say what's happening in the city, what we can expect, and what we may need to sort of plan for. It's also a good opportunity, I think, for folks to ask questions. So I remember in the beginning, a lot of people were hesitant about the vaccine, especially around like the J&J pause. So the city rep was really able to speak to what was happening around that issue, and just to help answer some questions that I myself couldn't answer.
Yes, and I'll be the first to tell you those were some exciting and informative town halls.
No, I'm glad.
So my last question is, outside of contacting you for the reasons you described earlier, are there any other COVID-19 resources that you would recommend to the students?
Yeah, I think our website is a good start. It provides the basics of what folks need to know about our testing requirements, our vaccination requirements, exemptions, masking, just sort of everything you would want to know before you come to campus or before you enroll. And then the other two places that I find myself going to all the time is the CDC website. I think there are a lot of useful tools. There's a lot of information that you sort of need to just make your way through, but I've found the CDC website over and over again to be helpful. And the Maryland Department of Health website. They have a really good testing and vaccination locator on there, and you can sort it by cost, you can sort it by location, you can sort it a number of ways, which makes it, in my experience, really convenient.
Okay. So before we wrap up, can you provide your contact information for students to reach out to you?
Yeah, so I think the best way for students to reach out is to email studenthealth@ubalt.edu. Again, just studenthealth@ubalt.edu. You can ask any questions around COVID-19 or really around the university in general. And if I don't know the answer, I'll point you in the direction of someone who does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Stephen. This was great getting to know you and hearing all these helpful resources that you can provide to us as students here at the University of Baltimore.
Thanks, Randy. Yeah, again, I really appreciate it. I know I am sort of the COVID compliance guy, but I do want students to know that they can reach out to me for really any reason. Again, with the social work background, I really hope students view me as a resource, not just someone they need to send their paperwork to.